The second big thing that gets in the way is beliefs and belief systems. So beliefs are the foundation of our behaviors and our actions. What we believe, what you believe about yourself, about the world, about the entrepreneurial life, about your industry, about what you can and can't do, what you believe about customers, what you believe about... I mean, you've got beliefs about everything. And beliefs are powerful. You know, people kill each other because of beliefs, if you think about it. Okay? Why do people fly aeroplanes into towers? Because of a thought form. Because of a belief. If we cut their head open, we wouldn't find the belief. It's a thought form. That's the power of beliefs. Your beliefs govern your life. So you want to become aware of the ones that are working for you and the ones that aren't. And one of the biggest things that gets in our way are our beliefs around money and our beliefs around success. Now, very, very simply and basically, as we said, our beliefs are formed very early in life, and they tend to run subconsciously, which means they're kind of going on there in the back of our mind, and we're not even aware of them. All you're aware of is kind of the behavior, or actually, a lot of the time, all we're aware of is the results. So the person who's like in debt and has been in debt for years and years and years and nothing is changing, they think the issue is debt. Actually, the issue, in a sense, is their actions and their behaviors which are leading to the debt, and they need to change, and they're probably not even aware of that. But actually, the biggest thing is the beliefs that are leading to that action and to that behavior. See, if we went and found 200 people who knew about this event but didn't come and compared them to you, we'd find some very different beliefs going on. Beliefs about potential, beliefs about business in general, perhaps beliefs about me, who knows? But they'd be different because beliefs guide behavior. So, beliefs around money. Let's look at some of those. And basically, beliefs are not right or wrong. If the world understood that thought forms are not right or wrong, they're just kind of thought forms, the world would be a much happier place and we'd stop killing each other. It's far more useful to look at your beliefs and say, are they working for you? Are they empowering beliefs? Or are they limiting beliefs? These are some of the limiting beliefs people have around money that really, really, really hold them back. One is some kind of version of money is bad. So back to religion, some of us were brought up being told money is the root of all evil. If you were around that, or if you're still around that, is it possible that that is having like an effect on your subconscious? Now, the unfortunate thing about that quote is it's actually a misquote. The quote is, the love of money is the root of all evil, and I would translate that, if we wanted to, as attachment to money. I don't think it's the root of all evil, but it's the cause of a lot of hassle. Okay, and I'm not here to argue rights and wrongs or the rest of it, but if anything like that is embedded even subconsciously in your mind, could it make a difference to you? And if you think, well, I don't think that, well, maybe, maybe not. But does this country as a culture think that? Bad, maybe, maybe not. But it's kind of there in the culture that having a lot of money, lots of people think, and they use it as an excuse because they're never going to, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're a salesperson, okay, who in the room, by the way, show of hands, is a salesperson? Okay, most of you get it. Every single one of us in this room is a salesperson. If you run a business or play a key part in someone else's business, you're a professional salesperson. One of the hesitancies about describing ourselves as salesperson, particularly in this country, is there is this culture around selling and sales. So when I worked for the radio station, we were in the Euston Tower on the Euston Road, The sales team were also on the Euston Road, but they were down the road in a different building, because they were just the sales team. And we were the creative geniuses. Well, maybe, but they actually paid our wages. And so there was this whole thing. Now, if you're involved in selling, which you are, and you have anything going on around, because see, sometimes people, the phrase always fascinates me, I'll tell them about something, I'll tell them about a resource or a product, and the phrase used, not often, not really in a group like this, but sometimes is, you are just trying to sell to me. Now, if I hear that from a member of the public, it's in the culture, there's nothing you can do about it. If I hear that from an entrepreneur, the red flags go up. Because the presupposition behind you were just trying to sell to me, is that there's something wrong with selling. Selling and getting customers, I don't know about you, but I hope that you're passionate about your product or service and that you're willing to do whatever it takes to have people partake in that. And I certainly am. And if that's not going on for you, that's going to have an impact. So anything around money is bad. Money won't buy you happiness. How many thousands of times have you heard that phrase? Now, one of the interesting things about language is a really interesting subject, because one of the interesting things about language is how we make sense of the world. But language is full of generalizations. We kind of have to do it. If I have a 2-week holiday in Australia, and you ask me quickly what was the holiday like, I've got to sum up the holiday in a sentence. It was great. The weather was hot. People were lovely. It was wonderful. Now, that gives you an idea of what the holiday was like. It does not give you a specific idea of what the holiday was like. Language is very vague. The problem with things like money won't buy you happiness is people, which is, by the way, well, we asked Duncan Bannatyne that. When he came to the event, somebody said, Duncan, does money buy you happiness? And he laughed and he said, of course it fucking does. So, but the problem with the phrase money won't buy you happiness is the presupposition behind buying into it is that having money will buy you unhappiness. And that is not true. And everyone goes, but. And then they'll quote somebody who's very rich and successful, who's unhappy or kills himself or something. Now, it's possible to have money and be unhappy. Money doesn't buy you happiness or unhappiness. Money buys you a number of things. It buys you the freedom to do what you want, with you want, who you want, where you want. It gives you like a level playing field. Here's the analogy I use. If you had a really, really, really bad pain in your arm, and you'd had it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it was just driving you mad and messing up your entire life, and we fixed that pain like that, you'd be pretty happy. You'd be pretty happy the day it happened, and you'd be pretty happy for a few days. 4 months later, not having the pain would not be the cause of your happiness. But it would take away a lot of the unhappiness. So my suggestion is we all get very crystal clear about this and what our beliefs are about this. Because look, if you subconsciously think money doesn't buy you happiness, then why go out and pursue things? And we've spent a lot of time talking about the multimillionaires we know. What we haven't talked so much about is the thousands of business owners we've also met who are not and have not and will never achieve their financial goals, because this is all going on in there. They'll do all right and they'll do well, but they'll hit a ceiling. So be careful about these beliefs. Done the money is the root of all evil. This is another one. Rich people are bad, or the whole taxing culture. What was the phrase in the 70s when Dennis Healy? Tax the rich until they squeak. Okay, those of us in that age group, that's what we grew up in. Now, it's not so bad now, I don't think, but certainly when I was a kid, if you had a Rolls Royce, the Rolls Royce was scratched. So that's all going on in the culture as well. So it's like, again, if we're subconsciously in a culture where we think rich people are bad, why would I want to become one of these people? So this is as fundamental as anything and everything we've covered, because if the foundation of strong beliefs are not in place, nothing else is going to happen. You need to decide what money means to you. You need to be crystal clear about what money, wealth, being rich means to you.